AI. It's everywhere, right? Or at least it feels that way sometimes. Self-driving cars, robots writing poetry, it can all feel a bit like science fiction. But I think it's easy to forget that AI is already very much a part of our lives, often in ways we don't even realize.
Yeah, definitely. We tend to think about AI as this big futuristic thing, but the truth is, it's already quietly revolutionizing the technology we use every single day, especially when it comes to our phones and computers.
And that's exactly what we're diving into today, the AI that's right under our noses. We want to know, how is our tech getting smarter? What does it mean for us? Like, have you ever noticed your phone's getting really good at figuring out what you want to do almost before you do?
That right there is the power of on-device AI. See, it's not just about your phone sending data off to some massive data center anymore. Now the actual processing power is happening right there on your device. And it's all thanks to these things called NPUs, or neural processing units.
NPUs sounds kind of Star Trek-y, doesn't it? Okay, so break it down for me. What's the big deal with NPUs?
Okay, so basically think of NPUs like specialized processors. But instead of just handling any task, they're designed specifically for AI. Like, they're mini brains that are optimized for all those complex calculations AI needs to do its thing. And compared to GPUs, those graphics processing units that were originally for, well, graphics, NPUs are smaller, way more energy efficient, and just miles better at handling the kind of data that powers all those cool AI features we love.
Hold on, so you're telling me it's not just that our phones are getting more powerful, which they are, it's that they're getting this whole new type of brain power specifically designed for AI.
Exactly. And that shift right there, that's what's letting our phones do those incredible things, often without us even realizing AI is behind it all. Think about it. You get a text with an address, and boom, your phone's like, hey, want to open that in Maps? It's almost like it's reading your mind.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah,
I never really stopped to think about it. It just feels kind of magical how it knows what I want to do with that information.
it's not magic, although it can feel that way, right? That's on-device AI doing its thing. Your phone's starting to understand the information, see the context, and anticipate your needs before you even realize it. And it's all happening thanks to those NPUs.
So it's not just recognizing an address on the screen, it's understanding what an address is, how it might be relevant to me, what else can it do with that kind of contextual awareness.
Well, let's take handwriting recognition, for example. Remember a few years ago, it's pretty basic. But now you can scribble something down, and the AI can not only decipher your handwriting, which, let's be honest, can be impressive in itself.
Hey, no, my handwriting isn't that bad.
No offense intended. I'm just saying, the AI can now take that handwritten note, convert it to digital text, and even organize it within an app. It's like magic. Say goodbye to those messy to-do lists.
Okay, that is seriously cool. It's like my phone just leveled up in terms of understanding me.
And we're just scratching the surface.
Ah.
Let's talk about real-time translation for a second. Remember those times you wished you could just understand a conversation in another language? NPUs are making that a reality. Like they're breaking down language barriers, making the world feel just a little bit more connected.
Real-time translation on my phone. That's kind of blowing my mind, especially as someone who travels a lot. That would be amazing. Like just navigating new places, connecting with people from different cultures. Sign me up.
Right. It's a game changer. And it's not just about understanding what someone's saying either. Think about being able to read signs or menus, even documents, all in real time. Just using your phone's camera and those NPUs we were talking about.
Okay, you're really blowing my mind now. It's like having a universal translator from Star Trek in my pocket. But I gotta ask, what about those times when it's not what someone is saying, but what's like in the background of a photo? Like you get this amazing shot of your friend, but there's a rogue trash can in the way.
You're talking about AI-powered photo editing. Another area where on-device AI is making huge leaps. Remember when you used to need all this fancy software or just be like a tech whiz to edit your photos? Now your phone can do so much of that for you thanks to those NPUs.
It's true. I used to find photo editing so intimidating, but now it's like my phone can practically read my mind. Like it just knows I want to remove those distractions and makes it so easy to do it.
Totally. And the most impressive part is how seamlessly these AI tools can just make something disappear. It's not just painting over it. They're analyzing the image and actually trying to recreate the background as if that thing was never even there.
Okay, so back to my photobombing trash can. You're saying the AI can just, like, poof, make it disappear without leaving some weird blur or blank space.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Of course, AI isn't perfect. I was watching this YouTube video the other day where they were using the object removal on a trash bin. For some reason, the AI replaced it with another trash bin, just a slightly different one.
Like the AI was thinking, this image definitely needs a trash can, but let's switch it up a bit. I mean, it's hilarious, but it's also kind of reassuring in a way. Like, even with all this advanced technology, AI still has these funny quirks. Reminds us it's not quite human.
Totally. It's still learning and evolving, you know. But quirks aside, the things you can do with AI and photo editing are incredible. It's like opening up a whole new world of creativity for everyone. You don't need years of tech experience to capture some really amazing images.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about our phones, but what about computers? Is AI changing how we use laptops too?
Absolutely. In fact, personal computers were some of the first to really embrace AI.
Mhm.
And there's some super interesting things happening there, particularly with laptops like the Microsoft Surface Pro.
Wait, are you telling me Microsoft Paint, that program we've all had on our computers forever, is cool now because of AI? Because I am so here for that.
You heard right. Remember those sketches we were talking about earlier that our phones can now understand and organize? Well, with this new Surface Pro, those doodles can become legit artwork. They built this co-creator feature right into MS Paint.
Hold on. Microsoft Paint. The program I used to play with in like elementary school, that has AI now.
It's true. And what it can do is wild. You basically just start with any rough idea, like a doodle or a sketch, and the AI helps bring it to life. You can clean up your lines, add details, even experiment with different art styles.
It's like having a virtual art assistant. I mean, I love that it's making art more accessible, but does the AI take over completely? Do you still have control over what you're creating?
That's the cool part. It's totally up to you. Think of it as a collaboration. You provide the spark, and the AI helps you build the fire. You can adjust how much the AI does as you go. It's like having this creative partner right there in your computer, helping you explore and push those creative boundaries.
Wow. That is seriously cool. And I love the idea of AI empowering us to be more creative, not replacing our creativity altogether. But I'm guessing MS Paint isn't the only thing getting an AI makeover. What other AI tricks does this laptop have?
Well, remember we were talking about our phones, understanding context? Some laptops are taking that even further, with features that can subtly adjust your eyes during a video call.
What does that even mean? Is it going to give me like giant anime eyes? Asking for a friend?
Not quite. It's more subtle than that, but maybe a little creepy, honestly. The AI can actually make these micro adjustments to your eye so it looks like you're making direct eye contact, even if you're looking at your screen or your notes.
Okay, I can see how that could be useful, especially during a work meeting when you're supposed to be super present and engaged. But it does feel a little Big Brotherish, doesn't it? Like the AI is trying to manage our social cues.
It's definitely blurring the lines, that's for sure. But the most impressive, and honestly potentially concerning, example of on-device AI on this new Surface Pro is this feature called Recall.
Recall. Okay, that sounds intriguing. Tell me more. So spill the tea. What is recall, and why does it sound kind of creepy?
Okay, so imagine this, a photographic memory, but for your computer. Like every few seconds, it takes a screenshot of whatever you're doing.
Whoa, okay. Every few seconds, is it like recording everything I'm doing? And where is it keeping all that information?
It is taking screenshots, you're right. But, and this is important, it's all happening locally on your device, not in the cloud. And that's what makes Recall so interesting, especially when we're talking about privacy.
Okay, yeah, the privacy angle is definitely top of mind for me. Tell me more about that.
So because Recall is processing everything right there on your computer, none of those screenshots are being sent to Microsoft or any other company for storage or analysis. It's all contained within your own laptop. But, and here's where it gets really cool. Say you're working on a project, right? And you vaguely remember seeing this image or some text maybe a few days ago. You can actually describe what you remember to the AI assistant.
Wait, really?
Yeah. And it uses what's called a large language model to search through all those saved screenshots and try to find exactly what you're looking for.
So it's not just recognizing images, it's understanding the meaning of the words within those images, too. What exactly is a large language model?
You got it that. It's all about connecting those screenshots with language, and the large language model is key to that. Think of it like a super-powered AI trained on like a massive amount of text and code. So it can understand human language incredibly well, even when that language is part of an image. It gets the context, recognizes patterns, even understands synonyms.
Okay, that's pretty mind-blowing. So it could be like, find that screenshot with the graph of market trends, the one with the red line going up.
Exactly. And because it's using those locally stored screenshots, none of that data is being sent to the cloud. It all stays right there on your device.
So like having all the benefits of this crazy powerful search engine, but without my data being sent to some massive server farm.
You got it. And we're seeing this emphasis on privacy with on-device AI on smartphones, too. Google's Pixel phones, for example. You take a screenshot, and it'll automatically index it, so you can search for it offline. Again, all about keeping that data under your control.
I got to say, this whole idea of on-device AI really addresses a lot of the concerns people have, myself included, about AI becoming so prevalent. It seems like it could be a game changer in terms of giving people back control of their data.
For sure. It's a really compelling argument for keeping those AI processes closer to home, literally. Instead of all our data being constantly analyzed in the cloud, on-device AI lets our devices take on more of that work, which is huge for privacy.
It makes you think, is this the future of AI? Are devices becoming more like partners almost, helping us do what we need to do in this digital world, but in a way that respects our privacy?
It's definitely a possibility, and as we've seen today, it's not some distant future. On-device AI is already here. It's enhancing our phones, our laptops, in ways that are both impressive and, let's be real, a little bit thought-provoking too.
It's like we're at this crossroads. On the one hand, we have the almost unlimited potential of cloud-based AI, but of course with the data privacy questions that come along with it. And then we have this emergence of on-device AI, maybe not quite as powerful yet, but offering this whole new level of privacy and control.
It's a fascinating dilemma, and it's something that we as users should be aware of as we navigate this increasingly AI-powered world. It's easy to get excited about new features, but it's just as crucial to stop and think about what it means for our privacy and our security.
Right. We're not just passive users. We have a choice in what we use, what companies we support, and we can choose to support companies that align with our values.
100%. The future of AI isn't predetermined. It's something we're shaping with the choices we make today.
So, as always, we like to leave our listeners with something to think about. As on-device AI keeps getting more advanced, more integrated into our lives, what are we going to prioritize? Will it be that convenience of cloud-based processing or the privacy and control that comes with keeping our data close? The answer, much like the future of AI, is yet to be written.